What's good, Africa? What's good, Sierra Leone? If it's your first time of joining this channel, this is Remessence, you see? This channel is an educative channel. It is a channel that will look around various issues surrounding Africa and the world. But in this video, we're going to look at the ways to restore peace in Sierra Leone. Yes, Sierra Leone, of course, is a peaceful country, having a lot of mineral resources. It is a country that is located in the west coast of Africa. It's a country that is popularly known for the slave trade. And of course, due to that, it is a country that is known to have collections of different African nations. If you have not been to Sierra Leone, then try to pay a visit and come to discover various names in Sierra Leone to denote about the free slave that were taken there. That's just a brief background about Sierra Leone. So let's go directly to our topic today. The way to restore peace in Sierra Leone. I have closely observed that there are many other reasons as to why Sierra Leone is still encountering or facing instability. But I want to highlight 5 key things that will help to understand. Of course, I believe a lot of people must have gotten the same knowledge. And of course, it's necessary for us to come on media and try to give out our own opinion about how we all can come together and restore stability in Sierra Leone. Now, I have 5 key things I've highlighted. One, I considered the law. I considered the people, resources, politics, religion, and development. These are the 5 key things we are going to look at, which I believe if we can tackle them, then there are every tendency for Sierra Leone to be a better world. First, let's look at the law. I am not a lawyer, but I can tell you we have laws in our country that are very, 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 very obvious, and that if you happen to come across the Constitution of Sierra Leone and you digest it, you will see that there are certain things in the Constitution of Sierra Leone, and there are some areas in that same Constitution that I can tell you are the reasons as to why we are facing some problems in Sierra Leone. For example, it is within the constitutional laws of Sierra Leone that the president is responsible to choose the the electoral commissioner, and he is responsible to choose the anti-corruption commissioner. And all of these bodies are meant to be independent bodies in Sierra Leone. I know many learned colleagues, lawyers, will agree with me that some of these areas in the constitution of our nation and in the constitution of the Electoral Commission Act, as well as the 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 Anti-Corruption Act, must be reviewed, and that if these bodies are to be independent, there are other bodies which you and I know that they should act independently, and you cannot say that this body will surely and definitely going to act independently, while you know the sitting president is the one that is going to appoint the general boss of all of them. It's unrealistic. For instance, if I am the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone and I happen to choose Mr. A or B to be the head of anti-corruption, definitely that person is going to work in my own interest. He's going to protect my interest. And so how would you expect someone I just choose from maybe nowhere and say, my friend, come here, come and be the boss. Okay, come and be the boss of anti-corruption, and at the end of the day, you expect that person to betray me. It's impossible. The same thing goes to the to the Electoral Commission and the likes. Another thing is that there are a lot of things in the Constitution, like human rights laws, well constructed, the English very nice, everything is there, freedom of speech, we have to respect people, we have to respect people's opinion and all of that. Very nice. It's in the Constitution, written nicely. But until we learn how to uphold and ensure that people that default the law must be brought to book, and upon doing so, we'll start to have people that are going to be in the government or in every position of trust to fear the people, and not only the citizens or the commoners, but they will fear that if I breach that which is in the Constitution of Sierra Leone, I will definitely face the law. The law must not be there for just a specific set of people. Yes. What do I mean by this? When I talk about specific or just set of people, I'm not dragging it into tribal. There is this concept of many Sierra Leoneans that when maybe you and I have gotten some misunderstanding, maybe in the past 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, or yesterday, and I have the power, immediately you happen to like involve yourself into something that have not been proven, I'll be witch hunting you. And that kind of concept must stop. If you have not found anyone guilty of any offense, there is no need for you to like try to witch hunt your own fellow Sierra Leonean. It doesn't make any sense. This is happening in different places. You talk about the lower level of management in the offices, the middle level of management in the offices, the upper level of management in the offices, in the political force, in the military or police, in every facet of activities, people are with that character. Yes, and we have to look into all of that and recalibrate our attitude. Let Sierra Leone realize that many other African nations are now moving towards the trajectory of development. But we are still there witch hunting each other without focusing on we want to implement the law on set of people, and we fail to adhere to that very law when it comes to us. It doesn't make it right. If I want to make sure that the constitution or the laws of Sierra Leone must be followed at all cost, then I have to discipline myself first. Upon doing so, everybody out there will definitely be humble, ready, and willing to follow. But you cannot remove the speck in one's eye while yours is still there. You cannot. It's impossible. Christians go talk okay? Many Christians will say like, you cannot remove dirt from another man's eye while your own eyes is still dirty and you cannot even open to. These are things that are just real. Okay? So until we have to look into those issues of law and how we implement the law, then Sierra Leone will never know what is called stability. Number two that I'm going to look at are the people of Sierra Leone. I can tell you, out of 60%, 100% of the population of Sierra Leone, only 30 to 40% of them can just may even understand 2 or 3 portions of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Most of them, they don't even know the laws of the land. They don't know their right. Some of them, they know their right, but there are some certain mentality, either because of illiteracy, they can just face the reality to challenge some certain things that are going on that are not right. For instance, the moment Sierra Leoneans realized that if you are a president, you are a honorable, we voted you. We placed you in those positions of trust to work for us. The moment we Sierra Leoneans start to remember or start to think that way, it will help us to put our country first and reject what is known as tribalism. But when the people believe in the concept that, oh, it is my brother, based on tribe, based on region, that person there is my uncle, based on tribe, based on religion, you belittle Sierra Leone and you place politics on top of Sierra Leone. And this is why, if you can go to like, you see Sierra Leoneans, one can come out in the street and say, "Bo, sorry, quote, left me but Salombo, it's not a better country." And nobody will talk anything about that individual. But a single person will be standing out there in the street and say, oh, Aneskoma no better, or Madabio no better, or Samura no better. You go see 2-3 people that they come and come and fight that person there. Why? Imagine that person caused a whole nation. No one come after that individual. A whole nation, Salo no better. Nobody come after that person. But here is just a statement towards one of the political leaders. And you will see 10, 100, or 50, or tens of thousands of men will be coming after that person, meaning politics is above the nation. And until we realize that is nonsense, then Sierra Leone will not move forward for political stability. Another thing that we need to look into, which is the third point, is the resources of the nation. Sierra Leone is very rich in resources, in natural resources that we know. But are these resources really reflect the economy of Sierra Leone? That I don't believe so. And this is why we still wonder if the nation that is known for diamond, gold, rutile, bauxite, you name them, is still that country that have her citizen living $1 below $1 per day. With all the resources that we have, the people cannot even live a better life. So it's very clear that until we manage our resources effectively and try to create job opportunities using our resources, then we won't be able to have a country that is void of instability. For instance, we we have we have our diamonds, our gold, our rutile, bauxite. Can we say we try to create a secondary industry in Sierra Leone? Have we gotten that kind of a president that will ever thought of that? That's just like what is happening in Guinea, in Ghana, in Burkina Faso, in other places that, oh, we have been exporting these raw resources to other nations. Can we go now and start to convert these raw materials into finished goods? So as such, we'll be the one exporting the finished product to other African nations or to European nations or to other advanced countries. Let's see. Let's not out for the let's go in for technology that will help us to advance, and let us don't be there studying agama lizard. We'll still be drawing cockroaches, trying to name how these the flies at home. That is way back to archaic. So until we start to realize that our resources should be well managed and create industries for the people, and that will create more job opportunities, will eradicate idle minds. And when that is done, then definitely many Sierra Leoneans will be engaged, and as such, that will minimize or eradicate instability, and peace will be restored in Sierra Leone. Religion has its own role to play. Yes, many religious leaders, they choose to like just mind their business. But I can tell you they have key roles to play in this situation that is happening now in Sierra Leone. Let the religious leaders come together. Most of the political parties or their leaders and their supporters belong to either Christianity or Islam. Let their leaders call those people, talk to them to understand that it is only by peace that Sierra Leone will move forward. And that if we fail to adhere to that, it won't create any development for our nation. And so, but how would a religious leader lead the way towards a peace talk? First, you have to win the mind of the people. Because first, you have to be honest. They have to believe that you are not a political affiliated person. If you involve yourself into politics, then how would these people even trust you? Imagine I am a reverend, or I am a father, or you have different names, okay, but I belong to maybe SLPP or APC. You can't lead a talk because you will be on the side of one political party. So until religious leaders create the platform that they they avoid being involved into political parties, then they won't be able to lead the way to peace talk. But most of them, they can't go ahead and say, okay, let's call this man and this man, because the moment you say, let me call Samura, Madabio, we know that, oh, this person, I know you are from the APC party. When someone maybe from Bo, Kaila, or Kenema say, okay, let me call Madabio, or let me call Samura to talk, and say, oh, I know you are from the SLPP also. So at the end of the day, being that they've evolved into politics, maybe either before they become reverend fathers or so, And even when they become these people, they don't want to disassociate themselves from politics, so they can't lead. And so these are some of the issues. And finally, development is the key to every nation that wants stability. We've been a country that have suffered a lot of menace. But when we consider developmental projects in Sierra Leone, I can tell you only few can be mentioned. And all of those developmental projects boils up to maybe road construction, like the toll road, uh, the extension of the the terminal at the airport of Lunge, which is also I think it's a toll, still paying. Why can't we plan our own project, finance it? We have our resources. I think we can pay for some of these projects. It still boils up to the resources because they are not equitably managed. Even the proceed that is coming from the resources, these very, very politicians are not using it for the benefit of Sierra Leoneans, but they are using it for their own personal gains. This is happening everywhere in Africa. And until we start to think, let's have an industry in Kailan, let's have an industry in Kenema, let's have an industry in Port Loko, let's have an industry in Freetown, let's have an industry all around the world, all around Sierra Leone. Sorry, let's have an industries all around Sierra Leone. Then we start to think about projects like having our different hydroelectricity. For instance, we have the Rokel River. The Rokel River is a river that is flowing with fresh water. But Sierra Leoneans are still languishing. They don't even have sufficient uh, water facilities. And that Rokel River is very, very close to Freetown. We can even think of a developmental initiative as to how we can get pipes connected, and so Sierra Leoneans will have water facility, even in the city, 24 hours water facility, which will help that, okay, what we need to do is just like get this project, finance it, and see that all citizens that are living in Freetown, the capital Freetown, as well as Port Loko, because Rokel is around the Port Loko district, must have water facility. You just wake up in the morning, turn your tap, and water coming from there. It will help the students, it will help the people that are going to work, it will help a lot. How about we converting it into a hydro? So it will just supply Port Loko to Freetown. There are other places where we can create hydroelectricity. So on the other hand, Sierra Leone may not even need generators to generate electricity. How do I mean by this? In the rainy season, these hydroelectric powers will provide electricity for Sierra Leoneans. In the dry season, we just engage in solar energy. We connect solar around Sierra Leone or Freetown, different districts, and it supplies electricity all around. So in the rainy season, the water supplies. In the dry season, the sun supplies electricity. I believe if we do this as a nation, this mindset of waking up, our youth waking up in the morning, taking kush, involving themselves into hard drugs, would be a thing of the past. I remain Freemason Sise. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you think this video is educative, please don't hesitate to share to your friends so it reaches people that will learn from it. And this is the mindset of the youth of Africa. Thank you.